You have my co-host, Mr. CJ Boyd, in the building. What's going on, good people? What's up? What's up with it?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey man, I guess the intro was so fire. You had to redo that, huh? You had to give it a doo-wop, huh? You
I,
had to.
hey man, I don't know why, but sometimes I be lagging over here, so it's like a give or
Okay,
take, man. Yeah,
man.
sometimes the stream yard be good, and sometimes it be lag. So you really never know what's going on. So we're asking for everyone that does watch this episode or pay attention to CJ and myself. Please give us stars, give us thumbs up on Facebooks, give us hearts, support the network, support the channel, support two young brothers out here trying to do something positive and something for the community and support the network as we try to continue to grow and be a voice for not only our people, but a voice for all people. So, with that being said, please do your part as we continue to do our part. So,
Yes, sir.
today's topic, CJ hit me up earlier, and I really felt like that's a good topic. And I really can't wait to dive into it and hear your thoughts on it. But the topic is does your I put it does your words hold any weight? And I can tell you what that means to me, but CJ, I want to hear what does that mean for you? When you ask that question, what do you think about? What comes to mind?
Got you. Well, first off, when I want to make this topic about, like, does your word hold any weight? You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people in our community just be chatting just to be chatting. A lot of people gonna let you know what we should be doing, but they're not putting no effort behind that. And this is the part of the game to where everybody picks up on that. When you get to a certain age, your kids, whoever, the adults, they gonna start picking up to see, all right, you've been chatting about this for a while. Like, let me see what's really going on with it. You know what I'm saying? And and a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people just be doing a lot of chatting, and you're wondering why things aren't getting done, and it's because you're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, KW? You know what I'm saying? What's happening with you? But but yeah, it's a lot of people that's saying what they would do, should do in this situation. They got like almost all the advice in the world to solve world hunger and to we could be on top, but you're not doing anything. Now, granted, I hear a lot of, oh, we did that. Oh, I used to do this. I used to do that. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, I stopped doing that. Now, I like to say, if you're not like injured, if you're not, um, if you're capable to do something, but you're choosing not to, and you just getting behind a camera, or you trying to school a youngster, that youngster gonna see, oh man, I ain't listening to you, I ain't got nothing to, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. And it ain't on no disrespectful stuff. It's like just kids pay attention. I mean, like, and it's, I mean, hell, basic parenting 101. Shit, man, you telling your kid to do this, that, and the third, and if they don't see you do it, eventually they gonna feel some type of way about that. Now they may not say nothing to you because they live in your house or whatever, but when they get older, they gonna say, "Man, my old man, or oh, my mama was just doing a lot of chatting. They was talking it good, but they wasn't living their life like they say they was." You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where the whole point of does your words hold any weight? You know what I'm saying? Does your words have any meaning behind it? Because actions speak a lot better than words. And us, we starting to find out, oh damn, maybe this person was just talking out the side of their mouth, talking out the side of their ass. You know what I'm saying? People always be saying, oh man, we all going, man, we gonna do something. I'm trying to do this, that, and the third, and before you know it, it ain't happened. It ain't never go down. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Hmm.
hearing like, yeah, I used to. And then you start asking the people, right? You're like, that nigga wasn't out there. That nigga wasn't doing that. He was just, you know what I'm saying? So, so that's kind of why, I really wanted to, what I'm saying, get some feedback on, like, does your word hold any weight? And are you actually proactively doing something about the things you're talking about? And that's real spill.
Right. So to me, I feel you, and I feel like to me, it's really, are you putting in the work? Are you putting
Yeah.
in the effort to make sure that your words do hold value? Right. So if me and you on here and I'm talking about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this for my community or do this for my neighborhood or whatever. Well, what am I actively doing to make that dream a reality? What am I actually doing to put forth the actual productivity to get me the end result? Because for the most part, I mean, we're all humans. That's what people look at. They look at the end result. And the example that I'll give you is a guy like Martin Luther King or a guy like Malcolm X. Imagine if all they did was talk to their partners or talk to their circle and say, man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna fight for change, or we're gonna, make them hear us, make them feel us. Imagine if that's all they did was just talking. Imagine if they didn't put forth the effort or put forth the work. So I think with a lot of us, we see that. We see the finished product, and that's what we all strive for, and that's what we all want. But when it comes to actually putting in the work, it's, oh no, I don't want to do that because then they're gonna look at me this way. Or no, I don't want to do that because then this crowd will judge me, or they're not gonna allow me to get in certain places, right? So for me, when I think, does your word hold any weight? I also look at it as, I want my words to hold weight to certain people. I don't want my words to hold weight to everybody, because my word and my time isn't meant for everybody. You get it? Because it's too many times where we allow ourselves to be basically used and sucked off, pause, but basically being used by other people that suck our energy out of us, or suck our thoughts and suck our knowledge from us, that have bad intentions or have nothing to do with what you want to do. The ideology doesn't align. The end results do not align. So I look at that and I feel what you're saying as far as, people, old heads trying to talk to youngsters or whatever, which is crazy because I remember being that youngster that had old heads that I knew wasn't doing right. Old heads that I knew, they were just giving me the game, like straight up, look, don't come out here and do what I do, because this ain't gonna do nothing for you. This is gonna have you doing exactly what I'm doing, looking over my shoulder every day, worried about who doing what, worried about who's saying what about me, or worried about who gonna do what to me. Like that's the type of stuff that I really adhered to and took key to. So when I think about that, like, do they words hold value? Absolutely. When it comes to that, it holds value. Man,
Bro,
jeez.
you was tweaking, bro. Hey, cornbread. Hold on, cornbread.
Yeah,
Cornbread, hey, bro. Bro, hey, how was your birthday, bro?
good.
Man, he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Target
And you didn't bring me
and
to
get.
Chuck E. Cheese too.
Oh my God,
So that's a whooping for you.
that's a whooping for me. All right. Hey, you know CJ Box, right?
Huh?
CJ Box.
Yeah?
Yep. You want CJ to teach you how to box?
Yeah.
You hear him, CJ?
I'll be over there this weekend, brother. Hey, I got the mitts in the car. Hey, I always got the mix in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. He all about that. All right, man. Holla. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
What we gonna be eating?
We'll see. Bye.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah, he do too much. Bye, man. Get out. Bye. Shut my door.
Bye.
Yeah. Nah, but
Man.
that to be, man, like real talk. Like when we think of that, man, like your words should hold value, and if your words don't hold value, and it doesn't have to be from a standpoint of people just necessarily. It doesn't have to be from a standpoint of sometimes your words that you say, it doesn't hit people until later on. So they don't have the excuse of I didn't know because you're telling them, right? So it's just like when an old head trying to talk to you. If an old head trying to talk to you, your best advice is to listen because he's speaking from experience. So if he's speaking from experience, it can save you the headache. It can save you the wasted time. It can save you a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. But you have to listen with understanding. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up. That's where a lot of youngsters mess up. They're hearing you, but they're not listening to you. They're hearing you, and it's going in one ear, out the other, and they going on about their lives. But when they actually listen to you and they actually get an understanding and you actually can break it down to them and let them know what you're saying, that's where it really registers. And that's what keeps us, in my opinion, keeps everybody elevated and growing and lifted.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's something I was thinking about. Now I ain't saying like, nobody is qualified to talk to you about something. And to be honest, even the most successful people, when people start to say, "Oh, I'll only take advice from people, more successful than me." Oh, that's good to a certain extent. That's good because you have a lot of successful people that has some routes and opportunities that you don't have. And I mean, for example, people that are born into money, and we're gonna take, like into into your bank and stuff, right? A lot of people that are born into money, and we're not talking about millionaires like 10 and 12 million. We're talking about like your local 1 point from 1 to about maybe 3 billion. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that's not a lot. Don't get it twisted. You get your boy a $3 million year, man. What? Hell, give me $1 million. You think like man? You think I want? Yeah, all right. But anyway, but I'm just saying, like on the local wealth grasping radar, if you come from a family that are maybe doctors or they're just good business, hell, gas station owners, people that own a store or whatever, whatever the case is, you're gonna know more than somebody that was brought into maybe not even poverty, but shit. Their parents had average, okay jobs that got them by. You're going
Right.
to be more accessible to that knowledge. You're going to have the funding, to keep doing what you're doing. You're probably going to be more on the up and up. So when people kind of say, oh, success, y'all probably didn't start the same. Hell, you probably started the gun went off for that other person. They almost at the finish line. You just
Mm-hmm.
took off.
Yep.
Just took off. You know what I'm saying? So, so I do understand that part. And I understand, the part of listening to mistakes so you won't make them same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Now that's something that's very important as well, when it comes to, you trying to tell somebody, did you and it's crazy because you have people and I was watching, Charleston White, man. He a real. I will call him a real D-town step, but he really from Fort Worth. But shit, hey, DFW area, he be up in Dallas, shit. You know what I'm saying? So, But he was talking about one time, and it somewhat got me the inspiration. He was saying like, man, them kids ain't listening nowadays, bro. They're not gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so he was like, as a matter of fact, hey, y'all need to send their little asses to prison, or you need a matter of fact, for about a week, y'all go to prison. Y'all understand. Y'all see it for yourselves to where you never want to do something like that. Versus somebody that's, people be thinking, oh yeah, it ain't gonna happen to me. And you got people this scared beyond straight program. Look where I'm at, this and the third, and it's crazy. And I don't know if you looked at some statistics, actually, it's literally a statistic. They say out of 12, if there's a group of 12, there is 2 people that will be in jail or in prison or incarcerated at some point in their life, whether that be just the county jail or they go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Or or they still getting some type of trouble with the law, and they was in the prison. They was right there, and they was scratching the surface. They weren't letting them know about, yeah, you gonna have people that's gonna try you on it. Yeah, I'm trying to, get down on you. And when you got 6 or 7 people, hell, your size, hell, my size, that's gang up on one person. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't get that deep into it. They tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. You was too hard-headed. You was this, that, and the third. So, and now I kind of want to ask you, I'll ask you first, and then I can take over a little bit. When you were coming up, when you were making your mistakes, and when you growing up, and us niggas, we're gonna make plenty of mistakes. As a matter of fact, we're gonna make plenty of hormonal mistakes. Be like, boy, I was tweaking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was on some other shit. But as a dude, and it's the same for female. Don't get twisted. It's the same for for ladies as well. When they getting into it with their mamas, because they growing up to become a woman. But we men, you know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna, if you come out with one of these right here, you're gonna grow up to become a man,
Right.
So that gonna come with some challenges. You gonna be like, damn, maybe I can take my daddy, man. Yeah, or it don't even gotta be on some physical, man. I can be like, man, shit, maybe I can get my own money. Maybe I don't want to do what you do, and I can get my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying all that to say, with your experience, when you had people trying to talk to you, you can go age by age, or when you was 10, 20, and you're in your later years of your 30s, but you're still learning. We all still learning.
Yeah.
Did you learn more through people trying to tell you don't do the shit? Or did you learn more when you went through the shit and then you like, shit, maybe it was worth it, maybe it wasn't?
So, me personally, I would like to sit here and think that I learn more from people telling me, right? Because
now, I know your brother. Hey, I know Terrence said, hey, matter of fact, offline, I heard something the other day. Did Doc tell me that, or was that Lily? Somebody said something about Terrence. I said, no. He said, yeah, man, Terrence was cutting up, man. Terrence, he used to cut up that, Matter of fact, I think that might have been Dog when he was saying something. He said, boy, you better ask your Papa Justin. Terrence was at it. But, man, I ain't trying to dodge you, boy. But go ahead, though.
Nah,
man, go ahead.
He was, see, what I learned from Terrence was he's very intentional, and he's very sneaky with his. So if he was gonna do something, well, nobody gonna know it. The only reason I knew it was because I had to help him or something. Other than that, nah, he ain't saying nothing. One thing about him, he always, like, coming up, when he did his dirt by himself. If he got caught, he wasn't getting caught because somebody snitched on him. He was getting caught because he did something stupid. That's how he always operated. But me personally, coming up, because I had so many male figures around me, just not only inside my house, but outside my house. I could look at older cousins. I can look at uncles. I can look at, coaches, dudes in the neighborhood, good or bad. I always had a male presence around me, and I tried to take from each and every one of them and implement it in myself. So if I saw something negative from them, I knew, all right, that probably ain't the look. All right, that probably ain't the move. That probably ain't the way to go. Right. So certain things you sort of learn from experience, and what I mean by that, like I don't mind sharing this, right? And this ain't no knock to anybody that smokes, whatever, cool. But me coming up, I had crackheads in my neighborhood, like legit crackheads, right?
Yeah.
So to me, smoking was always, how you always taught that, oh, it's the gateway drug, it's the gateway drug. I
Yeah.
always was like, damn, nah, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to fall in that trap, right?
Yeah.
So I remember me and my partners, we all came up from elementary all the way up through high school in that neighborhood. So I remember when we hit high school and, it was, all right, we going to sip a little something. Cool. I'm all day with that. But then it became, all right, we going to experience with weed. We finna, hit the blunt.
Yeah.
Could,
Yeah.
to me, it was so weird to see a circle of dudes sharing one thing, putting their mouth on one thing. That's one thing that threw me off. Like, nah, I'm cool. I can't do it. But then another thing that threw me off was I like to be in control too much. And if I'm having an out of body experience or out of mind experience, bro, I can't do it. But see, now when I see them do it, it's like they got all control in the world. I guess your tolerance grows the more you do it. But mind you, I did it one time in college, and I was like, "Nah, I'm cool," because it was just too much for me. Like I ain't like how I felt about it. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of both. Like you take a smart man learns from his mistakes, right? A wise
Yeah.
man learns from other people's mistakes. So
Yeah.
I always try to consider myself as being wise. So I want to learn from other people's mistakes, but you're still gonna make mistakes along the way. It's mistakes that I made in my, 30s, that early 30s, that I'm like, damn, what was I thinking about? Damn, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Or even in my 20s where I'm like, damn, should have did this instead of that, But those are things that I look forward to being able to pass along and share with my kids to make sure, hey, y'all good. Y'all ain't gotta, deal with that. Y'all ain't gotta go through that. And, just trying to be as transparent as possible. Cause I don't know how it was for you, but for me, when we hit that age, like high school, you already know where your head at. You already know what your mind on, straight up. And I didn't really have nobody there to like really guide
Right
me.
up, boy.
Yeah, I had nobody
Right
to
up, man.
really like sit there and talk to me to guide me through that. So I made those mistakes along the way because it was like, shoot, my brother out of the house, he gone. I saw how he was living, and he was on, as you would call it, demon time. So
He was on. He was tweaking. He was out of there.
hey man, what? So that just threw me because I mean I walked right behind it, and it was like, this is how you handle that. This is what you do in these situations. But nobody was really there to guide me through that as far as, hey, self-control, self-discipline. Don't just go after any old thing. Or if she that willing for it, or she throwing it like that, then she ain't just throwing it to you. She throwing it to everybody. Like those are things we don't think about as young men. You know that. We out, we ready. It's a go, it's a go.
Hey,
We
I
got
don't know.
action.
Hey, what the hell? Hey, you pull the mic out. We got action, goddamn. Hey,
Yeah.
no, dead ass. Hey, I remember, man, because I don't know what happens, but like, man, like in 8th grade, you ain't even on that type. You know, I don't know nowadays, but at least
Oh
when
yeah.
I won't even. But it's like after the 8th grade summer, shit, these motherfuckers they start turning into goddamn women, dog. They start turning. You like, whoa, man. You just like, damn, hold up. You know,
Right.
I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to mess with this goddamn Pokemon Go shit on my Nintendo DS. You know what I'm saying? So, but see, but you know what? But now, outside of those types of, you know what I'm saying, mistakes, and I know when people say experiences. Now, granted, I'm a big, like I'm a big, I'm a big,
Well,
damn, what's the
advocate.
word up? Yeah. Hey, I'm a big advocate of, you gotta fall on your head. You gotta bust your ass a little bit so that you can know not to do that. Or you need to bust your ass to be like, damn, can I handle it if it goes through that again? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Now, granted, when it comes to like, like drugs and shit like that. All right, crack. I hope you ain't got to experience like, no. Hey, real shit. Hey, cause what if you
Said
start
crack.
like, bro? Hey, cause what if you start messing with it? What if you like, damn, that's you like fuck. Hey, now you like, damn. Well, hey, he
But you
whooped.
gotta
Hey, he gone. He out of there.
you
Hey,
gotta think about it. Think about back in what was that? Back in like the 80s, right? When crack first hit the scene. That was the thing for them, right? That was it's like us when like your generation went through the whole, pill phase and the whole drink phase, right?
yeah,
That
that
was more
lane.
that was more like your generation. A little bit of mine,
Yeah,
but more yours. So
yeah.
what happens with that is you don't know no better, right? It's just now recently people slow down on sipping, right? Because you've seen too many people die from it. So now you
Yep.
got people that's like, let me slow down, let me chill out, whatever. But imagine back in the 80s, they like shit, it's the new drug, it gets you where you need to be, it's off the chain, blah, blah, blah. You got bad ones messing with it. Yeah.
You know what, now hold on now, because I'm smart enough now. I can be on record. I've never tried like no weed or nothing. I've never. For one, I'm too paranoid. For one, because I'm like, well, but you reach this one. I'm like, man. For one, I'm trying to do the whole officer thing. So I don't
Right.
want to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even going, well, now I'm definitely not even going, it ain't crossed my mind before, but now I'm like, oh, get that away from me, brother. I ain't even trying to go that route. But what if it's as good as if they say it is or whatever? I'm like, nah, bro. For one, it's still a league. First off, yeah, this ain't like this right here. I can do this all night. And now, granted, drinking and driving, don't
Yeah.
recommend y'all do that. But it's different if you're doing it now. You decide to. Never mind. Let me stop. But but not. But the point is, some experiences, I pray that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like younger people and just people in general that you don't have to go through. For example, going to jail. Do you not know going to jail could really, even if it's for like maybe 30 days, 45 days, however many days, you can fail a background check for your job. And I see that now as a recruiter. And it'd
Yeah.
be so crazy. People be going to jail, stupid. Like, I mean, it's serious, yes, but you ain't kill nobody. This isn't on no sexual assault stuff. Like, I be seeing stuff like DWI, found some weed, even like fighting in public, like like when you fighting in public and they put you in for the jail, the background check don't see basically all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that could stop you from eating. They just like, hey, that could be the difference between they said, you know what, we're gonna have to roll with this other candidate because he's squeaky clean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some experiences I would pray you don't have to go through, or nobody has to go through. And to be honest, I want my son to fail a little bit. I want him to bust his ass because I feel if he anything like me, now I would hope in a perfect world if I could just say, son, quit doing, otherwise you gonna mess yourself up. And he gonna say, yeah, dad, I got you. But he gonna think, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say, you know what, son, go ahead and bust your ass. I just hope it don't cost you like that. And
Right.
and I want to ask you, you as a parent, because now you got one baby boy that's like what, 12 or 13? Or he 13 ago?
13. Yep.
Yeah, you got one that's 13, and you got a little cornbread already testing your ass. So shit, good luck with that, goddamn. But with the 13-year-old boy, he's coming up. That he's eventually he gonna have some little hairs on his nuts. He gonna start feeling. He's becoming a man, which is a good thing. But I want to ask you, when you talk to your son, and does he listen? Does he kind of feel like, Dad, I got you, but I feel like you low key, you just chatting, just to tell me a little bit about that, because I know you be trying to talk to cornbread, but he at that age, man, that nigga still
Yeah.
ripping and running around the damn
Yeah.
house, so he ain't nothing, But
Yeah,
the other boy,
Yeah.
he probably, you know what I'm saying, he's at that age. He's
Yeah.
at that age.
So for him, he definitely does listen. He definitely takes what I say, and it does register. It does hold weight. And sometimes you got to meet them at their level. You know what I'm saying? So especially dealing with kids, when you meet them at their level, teenagers especially, they have that understanding of, oh, okay, cool. Because one thing I used to hear all the time coming up was, I was once in your shoes. I was once that age. So you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing new. You ain't hiding. Like the old saying, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I try to gauge where he's at and let me speak to that. It's almost like you're going back speaking to your younger self, the younger version of yourself, right? So when you look at your son and you seeing some of the things that he's doing, especially at this age, because he's still so young, but wait till he gets older and you like, damn, I remember when I was doing that. Because this is the age now where justice, I could remember when I was 6 and how I was, doing what I was doing. Like, even now, my oldest just got here today. Justice already on his head. And he like, damn, man, come on, chill out. Like, that was me and Terrence. You know what I'm saying? So I get it and I understand it. So when I see him, I'm like, let me pull him aside. Let me tell him how important it is, because you are his superhero. You are the man that he's looking at saying, I want to be just like that. But when you ain't around, then he's looking at me. But when you are here, because you're closer to him in age, he feels more confident because you're not the disciplinarian that I am. It ain't your job to be. But that respect level is going to be there. Because Justice ain't dumb. He know when Jeremiah gets serious with him, he know, like, all right, I went too far. Like, if he on 2K and Justice get in there and start playing his 2K, then he know, all right, I went too far. But it's that type of tone that you set by having those conversations of, look, let me explain this to you, because right now you ain't getting it. Right now you just seeing them as the annoying little brother that's wanting to run and tag along and do whatever you do. But you got to understand that you setting the example. You got to understand that whether you want to accept it or not, you are his role model. And that's us as fathers too. We have to accept that. We're role models. The way your son see you handle business in the house is what he's going to grow up and say, well, shit, this is how my daddy do it. So I'm going to mimic what my daddy do. You know what I'm saying? So if he see you as far as, whatever, I ain't worried about shit, the house, messed up or the house dirty or whatever, then he gonna mimic them same type of behaviors because he ain't taught no better. And he looking at you as, hey, this is what I learned from a man. Because at the end of the day, especially having little boys, bro, they need us more than anything because they see us and they see themselves in us. One thing that Justice always says to me is when I get your age or when I become your age, Daddy, I'm gonna do what you doing. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like that. So you have to guide them to say, hey, I need you to be better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the fact that you see me in a positive light and you feel like, cool, my daddy's active. He comes up to my school. He's, coaching basketball. He's out here at T-ball with me. If I want to, throw hands and box, he's showing me how to throw a correct jab. You know what I'm saying? Like those little things are what sets the tone. And you already doing that because I see it on your social media. You taking your son basketball games, you taking them to the barbershop. Like those are those interactions that's going to impact him for the rest of his life, where he's always going to look at you and be like, yeah, my daddy was there straight up, no matter what. Like his little partners may not have that. But I think, is that your little cousin or your little nephew that you be with too from time to time?
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, that is my little nephew. Yep, that's my nephew. Yep, that's my nephew right
See,
there. Yep.
it's that type of stuff too, where you don't even understand it yet, but you will, where you're having an impact on his life as well, and your son seeing that, and it's like, shoot, he giving him the same type of love he give me. So they bond gonna be tight like that. You know what I'm saying? And not to speak on dude business, I don't know if that man around or not, but I know you there. I know you got your
Right.
nephew. I know if anything were to happen, CJ gonna be a hell of an uncle and step in because you already showing
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
those type of behaviors that you show, that's where your word is already it's already holding weight, but it's gonna hold even more weight. So anything that I say to my kids now, anything I say to these boys, they should know that I'm not saying it to be mean to you or be hard on you. I'm saying it to make you a better person. And it's too often that we don't really explain that to these kids. My job ain't for you to like me all the time. My job is to make sure that you taken care of and that you have a level of respect for me and that you understand and know that I love you enough to sacrifice for you and sacrifice anything and everything that I have in order for you to get to where you need to be as far as being a better person, a better human being than what I was. So to me,
Right.
that to me, like seeing you with your nephew, I was like, damn, that's what's up. I should have left that comment, but I was like, yeah, that's what's up. The fact that you
Uh,
going, you picking them up and stuff, you having time
yeah.
with them as well as your son, like that stuff that he's gonna be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more like we ain't cousins, you more like a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's gonna grow up looking at that.
Yeah. Hold on, I get me some ice right quick, cause my ice done melted. Cause your boy been, I've been sipping on. Hey, now I've been sipping on this water. I've been sipping on this. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. All right, boom. We back in there. But yeah, man. And this something. And I remember when one of our first conversations we was having. This is back when we was in the old apartment when I ain't have no setup. I remember when we was talking about the importance of the family structure. How important is it for the mom to be there, for the dad to be there? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And how if the dad is not in the picture, that messes up the family structure. It teaches, hey, the dad's not there, and it works both ways. The dad's not there, so mom's gonna have to be mom and dad. But what could happen, not to say happens, well, it do happen, but not to say it's but your mom is gonna do the best she can but she's not a man. She's not gonna understand some of the feelings you feeling because you a man, and
Right.
certain situations, it's just not gonna work out. The dad's not there, so the mom's gonna either raise that boy to try to, and that boy's gonna end up could mess around, be like his damn mama. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen plenty of those. I can tell your dad was around. That's some bullshit. I really wish he was around. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you acted, you was raised by your mama and all your aunties. Which, if that's what you
Right.
had, I'm not even gonna stunt that. But you know what? Vice versa for a girl. If the mom decides she just want to be on some other shit and she want to leave and this, that, and the third, that dad cannot replicate that motherly love. That's how you end up with a hard ass fucking female and with a hard ass daughter. And when she want to try to date, she mess around, be too aggressive. Hey, now
Yeah.
you two, hell, now niggas don't want to approach you because you doing too damn much because you don't know how to be feminine because you don't have your mother there to
Right.
teach you those steps. So it works. It works both ways. You know what I'm saying? So now to bring it back, does your word hold any weight? And you said something you may have glossed over, but I picked it up immediately, and I wanted to say. So when your parents be saying, when they be telling you not to do something, and they be trying to tell you whatever, and I want to ask you, do you like whenever you be when you be on your boy's head? I don't know if he asks you why. I don't know if he's even, he may be a yes sir, no questions asked, but when you're talking to your baby boy, well, I say your baby boy because that shit, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, what's happening with you. When I say baby boy, I'm talking about, like your kid. I mean, he 13 years old, but that's still your baby boy right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Love him to death. You know what I'm saying? But but when you on his ass, you telling him, this, that, and the third, are you explaining why, besides the fact that, you pay for everything and he can't survive without you, but are you really telling him, and I ain't trying to turn up on you. I ain't trying to turn up on you, but are you really telling him like, oh, it's because I said so? It's no, I'm telling you not to do this because A, B, and C could happen, and you ain't ready for that type of responsibility. You ain't ready if like, you know what I'm saying. Is it kind of just like a, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. To
Yes.
me, yeah, that's a true fact. To me, it's super important that they understand the why, because I know that they're me and they have me in them. So for me, I always wanted to know and understand, why is it that way? Why it got to be done this way? Why can't it be done that way? And when you're constantly being told, because I said so, okay, then I need to just get away from you then, so I can really
Yeah.
figure out why. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's how a
facts.
child, yeah, that's how the
Yeah.
mind works, right? Like, but if I sit there and really explain it to you, like, nah, trust me, this is why. Because if you're not prepared, or you're not ready to handle certain situations. I give you an example, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for Christmas, he wanted some new Beats headphones, right? The wireless joints. So
Mm-hmm.
he got them, no problem, right? He go to
Mm-hmm.
school. You know how it is in middle school. People want to play games, play jokes, whatever, right? One of his partners, I guess, decided, I'm gonna play a prank. I'm gonna take your beats and I'm gonna hide your beats, whatever. Now, CJ, the way me and you came up, even though that's your partner, that would have been a fight, right? That would have been a whole
Yeah.
fight.
That's a squirrel. That's a one-on-one. That's a one-on-one. We ain't even playing them
Exactly.
games, boy. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been a whole different outcome. But see, exactly. See, for him though, like, exactly
Yeah.
what he got too. He got the red joints.
Oh, he
But
got the red joints? Okay.
yeah, see, for him though, it was, yeah, he was tight about it, whatever. But he got it back, and then his partner was like, "Oh no, I was just playing a prank on you, whatever." It was no real consequence. So I had to explain to him because he was like, "Well, why can't I take them? Why can't I take them with me?" Nah, bro, because y'all play games that get people hurt, like for real, for real. In my day, that would have been me and my partner got suspended from school because we were in there fighting in the classroom because this motherfucker done took my beats and I didn't know where they were at, and I didn't want to hear it when I got home, so we had to just go ahead and get that on out the way. But we good. But the environment, the time, everything is different. So explaining that to him is like, not, I don't want to say foreign, but it's just like, damn, really? Y'all would fight over that? Bro, we would fight over stupid shit. Like, Nick put his finger in your food. That's a whole fight. We gotta get it on out the way. We gonna be friends like as soon as we hit athletics, or if we ain't going to athletics, as soon as we get out of school and we going to the rec center, we good. Ain't no problem. We cool. But at that very moment, that would have been the outcome. And I try to explain it to him because I'm like, y'all, it's different. It's just different. So always.
I remember 2 instances I was put, you know, it's called ISS, but you know me, I ain't do ISS. I was getting hit with that 3-day suspension. Somebody was gonna have to take 3 days off, shit, because I was not. And you know what's crazy? I used to do stupid shit on Friday, and they say, yeah, so Saturday and Sunday don't count, so you can't come back to school till like Thursday.
Yeah.
Now, granted, cutting out now. Granted. Unless they was cool and they said it can count today, but you got to get his last today. Now I can understand, no, because one time, it was doing the whole net, when you got a new friend cut, and it was my partner, and I kid you not, I remember he hit me with a net, and I was like, who did that? And I didn't even think it was my partner. I said, bro, was it you? And I didn't know how to fight back then. I windmilling motherfucker. I said, bro, and you know what's crazy? Bro, and you know what's crazy? I caught him slipping. Bro, I used to be, I caught him slipping during the lunch line, but he was on the piece of lunch line. I came back, I said, you want a net? Got something for that ass. Nigga, I just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that was my suspension. And then I remember one time, now, granted, I never got necked again. I say, hey, Chris, fuck around, swing on your motherfucker.
Yeah, you set the tone.
So I set the tone. Yeah. And then me and my dude one time, now this is a dude I ain't really like that anyway, but, I guess we was all right. But we used to do the whole little Pokemon card shit. I used to be a little nerd. I used to be in that motherfucker. Boy, I had a Charizard, had a Pikachu for your ass. Bro, I remember he took my card, bro, and I was like, I was real tight. Now, we weren't even supposed to have that shit in school, but, my mom told me not even to bring it. And I brought my shit anyway, and I said, and I'm like, hey, so now I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Do I risk taking this ass whooping, or do I, you know what I'm saying? But see, that's how I knew I was real. I said, say, bro, hey, I'm going to need that Pokemon card back, bro. He said, I ain't got it. You know me. I said, all right. I just walked off. Hey, that nigga slipping in the I caught him slipping in the restroom. I caught him while he was that was probably the nastiest fight I ever had, because I caught him while he was peeing, and I hit. I said no, that was crazy back then. I hit that nigga in the back of the head. I wanted him to get out of there. I say, man, no, you done took my motherfucking Pikachu card, nigga. I was heated, bro. And man, my mom looked at me like, nigga. But the point is, but you know what? See, now had my mom, which she didn't explain to me, like, bro, you're gonna have people that's gonna try to steal from you. You're gonna have people. I didn't know that. You just telling me don't do it because you said so. They didn't answer no questions. And just like you said, that makes you grow cold. That makes you be like, you know what? All right. So my solution is I don't need to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
the solution. Hey, hold on right quick, just hold on right quick.
Yeah.
Hold on right quick. No, not them. Come here, bro. Cause I heard you in there doing all that. What's up, bro? You cool? You was doing all that.
What up?
Yeah, all right. Big man. Here, play with this, bro. Because I know you like to play with shit. See, you gonna put it in his mouth. And he dropped it. But nah, but yeah, bro. But yeah, but when that whole term talked about, hold your weight and does your words mean anything? That's why I feel like, at least for us as parents, we gotta have a little bit of action towards that, man. You know what I'm saying? We just can't just be talking all the time and then not let them know this is what's happening out here. You know what I'm saying? Because you just keep doing too much talking. Eventually, the little boy, as the little boy, he gonna try to see what's happening. And because you ain't put no action or you ain't do nothing behind it, he or she gonna think like, man, my dad, my mama, they just talking. They don't know better.
They just talking.
Now it's gonna be too late when they already did some dumb shit, and because they don't know the severity, it messed around and changed their life forever. All because of whatever you had. What are you doing, bro? All because of whatever you had going on, because you ain't want to let them know, you know what I'm saying? Because you was just on your high horse. So, you definitely gotta do a little talking. You gotta show them. You gotta take them out there. Take them out there to the hood. Show them what's gonna happen. Let them know. Yeah, this the prison. Yes, you want to keep acting like a little badass in school? That's a bet. That's where your ass gonna be at. But Dad, I don't want to be that. Well, get your shit right. Get it right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always tell them, like, man, it's rules in society for a reason. And there's also consequences that come with that if you don't want to follow those rules. So it's going to be the same thing in the house. There's rules in the house, and there's consequences if you don't want to follow those rules. Like Justice, prime example. If his teacher, when he, just finished kindergarten or whatever, but when his teacher would hit me and be like, oh, today was a rough day. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, he just didn't want to listen, wanted to do his own thing. No problem. I know when you get home, I know what you want to do. You want that iPad, you want YouTube, or you want that TV. Guess what's going to happen? You ain't getting none of that. So I got the iPad. I done took the TV remote. You don't know how to turn on the TV because you ain't never grew up with it like that. So you don't even know what to do. So when I take those things from you and you confused, like, well, why is this gone? Why is this gone? Because you didn't want to listen at school. So this is your consequence for those actions at school. They can't discipline you. They can't put their hands on you. And I prefer not to, but if I have to, believe me, I will. But I know that this hurt your little ass a little bit more. So let me do this where you just complaining about how bored you are. Can we go shoot? Nope. Can we go in the backyard and play t-ball? Nope. Can't do nothing. You are in, and for a kid, it's like being in solitary confinement. Sit your ass down. Think about what you did. Think about how you're not going to make that mistake again. And it feels good when the teacher comes back and sends you another email. I don't know what you did, but his behavior today was much better. He even gave me an apology. Great. So I know what I'm telling him at home is registering, is getting through to him. He understands I can't make those type of mistakes because I'm going to be punished for it at home. And one thing I always tell people is it's best that you get a hold of your kids before they get a hold of them. And when I say they, I mean the system. Because that school system reports, that's why that school resource officer at that school. Talk to some of those resource officers and let them tell you they know the ones that are fuck ups. They know the ones that don't have parents that really discipline. They know the ones that's going to have a tougher time than other kids. Trust me. So with that being said, always make sure this is why you're going to understand this. This is why you gonna have daddy dropping you off in the morning. This is why daddy coming to pick you up. This is why daddy's coming to donuts with dad and stuff like that. Because they need to know that I'm here, but also you need to know what I represent and what it means for me to be there for you. So when they talk to you or when they get known to you, when they can look at you and say, "Now don't make me call Mr. Caraway," great. That's all you gotta do. It ain't no threat. It's just you telling them, "Hey, it's gonna go one or two ways. You gonna either get it together, or I'm gonna call you daddy." But one thing you're not gonna do is ever write my kid off or label my kid or look at my kid and be like, "Oh, he has behavior issues." Hell no. So when I explain it to him, he understands it, and you'll see it because we raising little boys. And like you said earlier, when that testosterone get to hitting them and they can't sit down for hours on end in one spot and just stay focused, yeah, they want to move around. Yeah, they need to burn some of that energy out. Great. You know how many times I got calls, "Oh, Justice hit his head at the playground," or "Justice tackled a kid, they were playing football. He tackled him pretty rough." Exactly. Well, I'm like really, like you calling me for that? Like, "Oh, he got a busted lip." Okay, he all right. All right, well, let him go back to class. I'm not coming to pick him up for that. Like, he's gonna learn. That's like you said, bust your ass a few times, learn your lesson. He ain't have another busted lip. He playing football. Great. He out there tackling. I hope he hitting properly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. But it's those type of things where I find myself like, damn, man, hold on. You know how it is. Like they are real soft on these kids now. And I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it's not for me to understand or get. I just really, you'll see once when Caden starts hitting school and you see it for yourself and you like, damn, wait a minute. This is stuff we did at the crib. Like, yeah, that's good that he's doing that. Like, I couldn't believe that he tackled somebody. Like, okay, they playing football. That's what football is. That comes with the game.
Boy, they thought they must have been playing two-hand touch, huh? Yeah, boy, we did. I used to come back from PE, hey, dirt on the pad. You be like, damn, what happened, son? Hey, new J's messed up. You like, hey, we was getting active, shit. Hey,
yeah.
Hey, at first we was playing two-hand touch, but somebody pushed me, so now we getting back active. We gotta,
we gotta go at that point. Yeah.
So, so my final thoughts, and it's just funny, man, because man, I showed up to Caden daycare the other day just to check on him, just to make sure he right, and this at the daycare, so it ain't at the school level. Hell, I got he'll be 2 at the end of this year, so we got about 2. Well, his birthday's in December, so he turns 4 in December, so he mess around not go to school till he 5. Shit, because he gonna have a late birthday. So, but okay, I thought I heard him. But but yeah, all those stories, I just can't wait to, experience that and just have him go through that. But what I want him, and this just to end it off, I want him to see, what my daddy was exactly what he talked about. You know what I'm saying? He said he wanted to do this, that, and the third. He made it happen. He said, hey, you shouldn't be doing this because your daddy not doing this. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, but I just feel like that whole term when they say honor and honor your mother and father, that's very true. That is true. I ain't about to tell no kid if that's what your mama told you, then shit, I can't help you. That's what your daddy said, then you do what he says. But I hope your daddy and mama are setting the example so that you don't have to figure it all out by yourself. You don't have to figure some things out for yourself, but not all of it for yourself. And I just hope my son, just like how you probably hope for your baby boy, they say for your baby boys, they be like, you know what, my dad Hey, he let me know the game. He been through it. I seen him put in that work. You know, he wanted to do this, that, and the third, and he did it. So I want to live my life accordingly and just, you know, without the mistakes he made. So that's my ending quote. And yeah, that's my ending quote, man. Y'all better be what y'all talk about because y'all kids looking at you. Your kids looking at you.
Yep. And sometimes, like your example, sometimes it's not even your kids. Sometimes it's your niece, it's your nephew, it's your little cousin, it's your little brother. Like people in general are looking at you. So you want to be the man that you want to be. You want to be the person that you want to represent. You want to make sure that you're the person that you can hold your head up and be proud of at all costs, any given situation, any time. So with that being said, man, who you got game one?
Man, I got Miami, bro. I need Jimmy Butler to get this ring, man. I need to get this ring, bro. Hey, I got that parlay. And I got that parlay in. So, yeah, you gonna hear about it.
That's a bet. All right, with that being said, everybody, appreciate y'all joining us. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. Show us love as we continue to grow this network and grow this channel. But with that, enjoy game one. CJ, I'm going to get at you.
Yes, sir. We out, man. Yes, sir.